As we go through the journey of life, acceptance is one of the most important practices to integrate. The best way I can explain this is if we use the model of reality being a simulation to teach you something about yourself. And what it's trying to teach you is to become more compassionate, empathetic, and loving, which brings us to the threshold to access these higher states, which is practicing acceptance. But first, to really understand what acceptance is, you need to almost put the cart before the horse. You need to have a deep awakening into acceptance. Ways you could do this would probably be deep levels of meditation, psychedelic therapy, or feeling into things that you already have a deep acceptance for, just so you can get a good picture of what acceptance feels like at a deep level. And having this greater understanding of what acceptance is, we need to find a way to apply this as a practice through the journey of life. Which now brings us to the next model that we're going to use to our advantage, which is shadow work. And if you haven't got an understanding of what shadow work already is, I highly recommend you dive into this area of psychology, just because it is a very helpful process with a lot of integration and healing. To give you a quick understanding, for the sake of this video, of what shadow work is, I want you to imagine that your subconscious mind is like an apartment building. And in this apartment building, you have tenants, which we'll call aspects of you. And these different aspects of you carry all their own biases through your life. And they're almost like little puppeteers in the background, manipulating you into the decisions that you make on a daily basis. And these aspects of you, we can also give them other names, such as the monkey mind, or we can call them ego. Whatever you decide to call them, that's basically what I'm trying to point to in this example. Now, in this practice, I'm not trying to say to suppress and deny their voice. What I'm really trying to say is we need to kind of somehow get them on our side. And unfortunately, about this part of the process, it's a long one. In fact, you'll be doing it over your whole lifetime. But over time, as you integrate more aspects of yourself, it'll become easier. When you start to do the practices of shadow work, meditation, and psychedelic therapy, you'll see that the aspects of self that we're talking about here, they will slowly start to learn and understand. I feel it's almost similar to like how in the military, in a battalion, they will only go as fast as the slowest vehicle and they will stay as a group. And that's how I want you to kind of treat all the aspects of yourself, because they are you. And if you truly want to accept everything in reality, you first need to start accepting yourself. Now, this finally brings us to the practice that we're here for. Whenever you start to feel resistance, a suffering will start to occur. And rather identifying with the suffering and feeding into that suffering and becoming reactive, I want you to catch yourself in that moment. Bring yourself into awareness and go, aha. And I want you to identify with that aspect of yourself that you see in your awareness. That is where the suffering is coming from, and just let it know you're doing it again. That's all you have to say, but not in a way where you're demonizing this aspect of yourself. Remember, we want these aspects of ourselves to be on our team, so to speak. So, as a day-to-day practice, catch yourself in the moment where you're being in resistance. Acknowledge the aspect of yourself where you feel the resistance, be with it, and move towards acceptance. And if this aspect of yourself is stuck in resistance, just sit in awareness of that resistance. And if you get the time, go even deeper. Do shadow work. Meditate on it. Give this aspect of you the spotlight of your awareness, allow it to express itself through you, the resistance it is expressing will eventually normalize. And this is where you give it the gentle reminder that you're doing it again.